Hey everybody, welcome to the AI Guide where we're making AI human. What does that mean? That means that we focus on the human impact of AI and all the associated exponential technologies like robotics, 3D printing, etc. that AI is driving forward. So AI is the foundational tool that will put all of these technologies on steroids. And we have a great story for you in perfect alignment with our mission here of making AI human. But before we do that, click the link below. Get your free resources. The resources are free. Everything in the resource is free. And you'll learn much more about AI than we can do in these short segments. So thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also. And let's get going. So, a story out of Carnegie Mellon, one of the homes of AI. In fact, I did a story, maybe a year ago now, about how a couple of professors at Carnegie Mellon did the first autonomous trip in any vehicle a few decades ago. An amazing story, but Carnegie Mellon has been at the forefront of AI for a long time now. This particular story comes from the Wall Street Journal, Ben Cohen. A math coach's plan to beat AI, be more human. Well, in fairness to the math coach, we said it first here. Po Shin Lo is traveling the country to help middle schoolers prepare for an uncertain future. No kidding. That's what we talk about twice a week, plus shorts here every week. Po Shin Lo is a professor at Carnegie Mellon. He is touring the country right now talking about how to survive the ChatGPT invasion. And his simple practical advice applies to everyone in the auditorium, not just the student. Think about what makes humans human, Lo said, and lean into that heart. Just like we here talk about choose careers that require the human touch. We're saying the same thing. He says the key to survival in the future is knowing how to solve problems and knowing which problems to solve. As artificial intelligence gets smarter, the premium on ingenuity will become greater. Being human will only be more important as AI becomes more powerful. So this is an interesting take here that ingenuity will be very important to being successful in an AI-dominated future. Any business might be wondering now how it's going to be warped by the existential threat of AI. And that's every business. The middle schoolers and high schoolers today belong to the first generation that will have grown up with AI. Just as Gen Z came of age with the iPhone and millennials barely remember a time before they were online, AI will dominate this generation's future. They will have never really experienced life without it. That is why my target audience here, it has not been middle schoolers because I don't focus on folks that young, but high school through college and just out of college in the early part of your career is what I focus on to communicate these exact same messages. The most interesting problems to do in the world are the ones where no one has told you how to do them. The future of jobs is figuring out how to find pain points. So this is a common reference in academic and business literature, but all they mean by pain point is identifying a problem and solving it. That's all it means. You need to be able to create value. Professor Lo went to Caltech for undergraduate and Cambridge and Princeton for graduate school, all in math, and then he went to Carnegie Mellon. He was named coach of the U.S. team in 2013. So this is the middle school math competition team for the U.S. It's called the International Mathematical Olympiad. U.S. math scores have plummeted since the pandemic, but the professor is working as hard as humanly possible to turn those numbers around. Professor Lowe says, now we have AI, we have robots. And what kinds of problems are the easiest for AI and robots to target and fix? Logically precise ones. So what he's saying is that in the future, humans will thrive where ambiguity is present, because he believes it will be some time before AI can figure out an ambiguous situation. Right now, they're still only programmed to know what they know. And he talks about GPT-4. This machine is the world's most powerful tool at repeating things that have been done many times before. This is a preview of your life in the future when you ask ChatGPT for something and it starts babbling out stuff it doesn't know. So what he's talking about there is a situation that ChatGPT was not pre-programmed on, right? So ChatGPT and GPT-4 scrape the internet for all content, but if it's something new and novel, ChatGPT and GPT-4 have no way of knowing how to handle a situation like that. They cannot. He goes on to say, what is creativity and innovation? Is it to say the most obvious thing? No, it might be to say a non-obvious thing. Is there going to be a great human versus robots war? The answer is, unfortunately, yes. My goal is to make sure that humans win. So to wrap that up, he's not talking about a war. He's talking about being made obsolete and being replaced by AI and robots. And the way to avoid that is to choose a career path that is relatively AI safe. What are those? He talks about ambiguous situations. I have talked about situations where the human touch, human intuition, the ability to deal with non-logical situations applies. So great stuff, straight out of the media today and perfectly in alignment with what we have been doing here for over 3 years now. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.